What's up, guys? It's Hubbilly. So, we are back on Link today. We're going to try and finish the transmission crossmember to hold the trans mount and all that type of stuff. Kind of cut the metal that I want for the first part. I'm literally going to bolt the motor mount to the trans and have the piece of metal behind that. And then from there, I'm going to build to the frame and go from there. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah. So this is what I have so far. I have this big 4x2 piece and this little 2x2 piece that's going to be the center. So I'm going to weld it just like this, and I'm going to clearance the sides so that way I can get a bolt and all that in, because this is from Energy Suspensions and I got me a polyurethane trans mount. So that's good. Up with, I'm going to be cutting it right here, a nice big angle cut, so that way I can get wrenches in there and all that type of stuff. So after thinking about it though, I might just leave it, because I'm not gonna have any issue getting any wrenches on it, so I think I'll be good. All I gotta do now is just drill a hole in there, so that way I can get this through. Notice I didn't weld the bottom of it. I only welded the tops, the sides. That's because I still want water to exit out of it. So there's a big enough gap there that water and whatever gets in there will be able to escape. Okay, so this is going to be the next step, where it goes up and it's going to clear all the exhaust and all that type of stuff. And then from here, I'm going to do rails straight up to the frame. What's up, guys? So it's the next day, and if you can't tell, I'm underneath. So yesterday I did about maybe 50% of the transmount, and so I got it bolted up to the transmission, and I've been using a jack to lift up the transmission where I want it, and been designing the cross member after that. So this is what I have so far. So this is what I've got so far. So I still need to put the jack underneath it and take measurements from there to the inside of the frame rail. And I'm going to be using a plate on the ends of the 2x2, and then bolting it to the frame on both sides. But this is what I've got so far. Okay, so I measured from the center point to where these were. I measured from here to the frame rail, here to the frame rail. It was 9.5 on one side, 9.25, or 9.5 on one side and 9 inch on the other. So I'm splitting it. I'm doing 2 legs at 9.25, and that'll leave me enough room to put the plates on the end. And yeah, so I'm gonna weld these up. And boom. There's that. Once that cools down a little bit, I'm going to bolt it up to the transmission and have it sitting in between the frame rails. And yeah. Alright, guys. So this is what we got. Got the flanges on each end. I actually angled that so it's a little bit easier to get in there. And then I've got these 5/16 bolts that I'm going to be, get this where I want it, and then drill the holes and then bolt it through the frame like that. And there's no side-to-side play on these, so yeah, almost there. All right, guys, so now I just gotta drill through the frame, mount this up, and that'll be done. And actually, it doesn't hang too low below the frame and all that. Still higher than the leaf spring perches. And I think it's gonna be pretty badass. So, here we go with some time lapse. Oh yeah. Okay, let's see if it sags. God, I hope not. Oh my God. I did it. I did it. By God, I did it. Oh my God. Oh look, there's Goose. That is the first time I've ever made something like that. By golly, I believe I've done it. So I've got 4 bolts on this side. They're running across. And then on the other side, because I have the transfer case linkage, I was only able to do 3 on it, but it does not look bad whatsoever. The only thing left is everything else. That was the last big thing I needed to do, was get that trans mount made so that way it holds the transmission. I can drive it without having to worry about that transmission flopping all over the place. I've been lucky. I haven't had that happen to me, but yeah, so happy.